At the start of the movie we see a scientist putting a weird creature into his body. His eyes turn blue after that and he converts into a werewolf. The scene cuts and we see the main character of our movie long zoom. He was delivering goods via his car. Then John hears on the news that people are disappearing in the city very weirdly. Then John receives his Uncle Jong's call. He wishes him a happy birthday. Meanwhile he sees a car upside down on the way. He tries to save the man in the car. As he gets into the car, the creature that we saw at the start of the movie comes out of the man's body, and enters his, and he also converts into a wolf. A team comprising of commanders comes there, and it seems that they have come there to catch him. But it was not enough. As soon as John converts into a werewolf he kills everyone quite easily over there. At last a lady fires a green bullet at him, and he runs away from there. The leader of those commanders was not happy with all this, because he was desperately searching for someone for very long, who might fit well with the creature, but he hasn't found someone of this caliber up till now. On the other hand, when John goes back home he eats food like an animal, behaves like an animal, and at last he vomits, because he has eaten so much. When he sees himself in the mirror he sees the reflection of a wolf. He gets very scared and gets unconscious in his bathtub. When he wakes up, he notices glaring changes in him, like he can listen quite clearly from far off. He listens to news that goes like the last night they saw the wolf scratches, similar to those they saw 12 years ago. John gets extremely worried listening to all this. Amid all this we see a man who had been keeping an eye on John. John saves a girl from an accident while going along the road. Similarly he remembers his childhood. He remembers how two boys used to tease him but John was too weak to reciprocate. But then his friend came and saved him. Then he remembers that his friend has a boxing match today, so he goes to see the match there. We see that his friend wins the fight but her opponent throws her down from the ring after the match. Suddenly John reaches there in time and saves her. Then the son of the owner of the boxing arena comes there and challenges John for a boxing match. John accepts his offer and goes on to fight him. Then we see John get knocked out after getting a single punch. Then we see the leader of the commander force who has still kept an eye on John. Here we come to know that the scientist we saw at the start of the movie was John's father, who died due to some reason. Similarly his mother also died due to illness. That's why John was alone since childhood. After that we come to know that John is the last hope of the experiment conducted by a company, because the creature that entered John's body got fully attached to his body. Therefore the leader of the commander force, Zhao, asks commanders to catch him as soon as possible. On the other hand, when John comes to his senses he was at his friend's home. She asks him why he accepted the challenge even after she asked him not to participate. He was about to tell her that. Suddenly he notices a bandage on her face made by the cellular company. His father and the lady that tried shooting John that night used to work for the company. Then John's friend shows him the picture of her brother who disappeared mysteriously. John says that he has seen her brother at that company. Then a few men from the company came there to catch him. To get away from them John hides under their car. To track them he places his phone in their car. Then his friend asks why had they come here. He tells her that they came to take me because there is a creature inside me and they are researching that creature. Then John decides to meet his uncle Zhang to know more about it. When he enters the lab to meet his uncle he notices that the lab is being set on fire. He saves him from the fire and starts asking about the company from his uncle. But his uncle doesn't know much about it. When John was going back home we again see someone following him. This time John catches the guy and takes him to his friend's home. He says that he doesn't want to follow him but he wants to know about the cellular company. Therefore he was following him. Moreover he was a hacker too. He has caught many renowned criminals quite easily. Now John asks the guy to join him as he provides him with information about the company. He tells John that this is a company famous for oil. But the company has a dark side too. They import illegal chemical weapons from abroad. Uncle Zhang and John's father also used to work for the company. Then he tells John's friend that he contacted her brother before he disappeared. Then he tells all those who disappear are given an option to play a game before that. John's friend agrees with him, and says her brother got the same offer. The next day John was going somewhere with his friend. He receives a call from the guy who told him everything about the company before. Suddenly Zhao and her army come here. John agrees to go with them to save his friend. John goes with them but his friend keeps chasing the car and finally stops it. As she was a very good boxer, she fights valiantly with commanders and she takes John with her. Then they both visit Uncle Zhang. They ask everything about it from him. Uncle Zhang tells everything to him. He says that John's father used to work for the company. They were planning to make a medicine that could cure any disease, but when everyone gets to know about John's father's death they got very sad. Therefore they ended that operation too. Then after listening to Zhang, Jun asks him the reason for his father's death. He tells him that he got very sad when John's mother died of illness. Therefore he refused to keep working with the cellular company, but the company didn't like it. Therefore they locked him inside a room and set the room on fire and he died. John gets extremely angry after listening to all that, but Uncle Zhang stopped him from taking any action against the company, as it was a very powerful company. Then the leader of that company along with his men comes there and shoots Uncle Zhang in front of him. John gets very angry seeing him dying like this. Therefore he turned into a wolf and started fighting against them. During the fight John gets shot by the green bullet and he turns normal. Before they would catch him, John's friend throws him out of the window, so that no one can catch him. Then the boy also comes there and asks John not to do anything because they are not fully ready up till now. He tells him that they can't hurt your friend unless they catch you. John trusts him after listening to all that. He goes from there and sits near the ocean. He starts remembering his old memories. He sees his locket too. There is a picture of him wearing gloves with his father in the locket. When he shows the locket to that guy he tells him that his father died in the gym, so they reach there. He sees some scratches of the wolf's claws over there. He sees a box there. He opens the box with his locket. He finds a tape inside the box his father has recorded. He tells John about the experiment in it. He made a drug to save his mother. He tested it on himself before his mother, but she dies before that. Then he stopped the experiment, but many people in that company started using that drug as a weapon. Many people lost their lives due to it, so he decided to stop all illegal works of the company. On the other hand we see that the company's leader was in Zhang's lab, and he was trying to get rid of all evidence. Then he finds an object there. As he was examining the object suddenly someone kills him. On the other hand John has reached the experiment lab of the company. They all kill security guards there with the help of their gadgets. Then we see Jun's friend as she looks around. She sees her brother in the next room. She consoles her brother by saying that John will eventually come to save them. When John reaches the facility lab too many people come there, but he kills all of them with the help of his power. After that they need to gather evidence against the company, therefore they go in completely different directions. John reaches to save his friend. As he searches for the keys to save his friend Uncle Jean comes there. Zhang tells him that he has made the medicine that his father wanted to make with his blood. Before John would say anything, a video of Zhang and his father starts playing there, where John can see Zhang convincing his dad to cooperate with the company to make the chemical weapon. John's father was stopping him. Therefore he left John's father in that room alone which was on fire. After seeing that John realizes the company's mastermind was no one else but Uncle Zhang, who killed his father too. After that the assistant of the company's leader comes there and tells him that Zhang is the company's mastermind. She was telling all this to John because Zhang killed the company's leader too. Therefore she started shooting him. But Zhang doesn't seem bothered by it at all, because he had already injected the medicine into his blood. He made using Jun's blood. After that he starts converting into a werewolf slowly. Similarly John also starts converting into a werewolf. After that they fight a lot. They come outside. While fighting, John's friend and her brother also come outside. John's friend ties a rope around Zhang's neck, trying to save John. He injures John's friend in return. Before he kills her John pulls Zhang upward with a rope. John gives his friend an electrical wire and they kill him through it. Then at the end of the movie we see John who is reading a book while sitting in his home. Then we know that all missing individuals have been found, but all of them have weird spots on their bodies. John has also revealed the company's reality in front of everyone and the movie ends.